Thank you for tuning in to Macroview Television. Welcome to a brand new edition of the Taiwan Outlook. I'm your host, Hu Ruiguo. Do you like mountain climbing? Did you know that recently, back in May of this year, that a group of mountain climbers from Taiwan made history when they reached the top of Mount Everest? On today's program, we're delighted to have two members of that delegation to be our special guests to talk about their experiences in conquering Mount Everest and also their overall experience in mountain climbing. Let me welcome to the program Mr. Jason Huang and also Mr. Daniel Lien. Welcome.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Huang.
Yes, and Daniel?
Hello everybody, I'm Daniel Lien.
Yes. Let me start off with a very general question for the two of you. When did you first got interested and started mountain climbing activities? As a sport or as a form of recreation? Jason?
Well, since I was a kid, I lived in countryside, like kind of in the foothill. So my grandpa took me to into the mountain, like early in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning, and you saw the sunrise. You feel the trees, the birds chirping, and it was a very good experience for me. So I really started mountain climbing, like hiking into the high mountains in Taiwan back in university.
Oh, really?
With a hiking club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's at least about 10 years that you've been doing this.
Right. So I would say I started serious mountaineering about 15 years ago.
15 years ago.
About like 8 years in Taiwan and then 7 years in Colorado, USA.
Okay, good. And prior to this expedition to Mount Everest, where else, what other mountains have you been able to conquer?
I've been to Everest Base Camp back in 2000.
2000?
Yeah, and I climbed some big walls in Yosemite National Park.
Yes, in California.
Right. And I also went to Greece. There's a very famous climbing area, Kalymnos.
Okay, and within Taiwan, of course, Jade Mountain?
Yeah, Mount Jade and a lot other mountains. I like river tracing, like in the canyon.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
Kind of canyoneering with more water and vegetation.
Good.
Right.
And how about you, Daniel? When did you get started?
Yes, I also get to mountain climbing in my university.
Yes.
Yes, and almost 15 years
ago. Yes.
Yeah. And then after I graduated from the university, I have a special experience is with my wife. We get married on the Taiwan Central mountain range.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so your wedding took place right in the mountain. Okay. So that must have been very special.
Yeah, very special with many friends, and they go up and we go together.
Okay. Let me ask the two of you. You both belong to a same mountain climbing club, or is it a team that you regularly undertake, mountain climbing expeditions like to Mount Everest or other, famous mountains around the world? Are both of you members of a club or something, organization?
We belong to different clubs in university, but for the 7 Summits project, which is climbing the 7 highest mountain of the 7 continents.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did it in the same organization.
Okay,
same team.
Well, I'm going to go to the expedition that you guys took back in April and May this year by conquering Mount Everest. I'm going to start off with you, Jason. Can you then share with us? I know that by reaching the top of Mount Everest, this is like a culmination of your dream and also your dedication, hard work. And can you share with us how did this trip come about, and also what were some of the details in terms of preparations for the trip?
Well, that's gonna be a long story.
Well, we only have about an hour.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this project is this summit is one of the 7 summits, so-called 7 summits, which is the highest mountain of
the
7 continents.
Yes.
So of course it's the highest one. The second highest one is Aconcagua in South America, which is 6,900 meters.
Okay. Out of the 7, have you conquered how many so far?
All 7 of them.
7. So Mount Everest was the final one.
Right.
Okay, good.
It's the big, giant last goal.
Sorry for my interruption. Go ahead.
Right. So of course, like after this, the first 6.
Yes.
We were both like nervous and excited.
Of course.
Right. For the last one, and it's the highest, the most dangerous, and the most famous one.
Yes, indeed.
And you heard so many stories about Everest. People die on Everest, heroic stories.
Of course.
All the terrains, the glacier that had avalanche every day. So that's a place I think every mountaineer dreams about.
Yes,
right.
Indeed.
And it's definitely the dream come true when you finally have a chance to visit.
Yeah. Prior to the taping, that you guys mentioned that you started this final expedition back in end of March, beginning of April.
Right.
And you didn't come back to Taiwan until end of May.
Right.
So it's altogether almost 2 months.
Almost.
Okay. And can you tell us that something of this magnitude, what kind of preparations are needed in terms of, for example, getting your team members together and the kinds of equipment and supplies that you need, and what other things that went into your preparation for this very important expedition?
Okay, so the most important part is money.
Yes, of course. How big was the delegation? I mean, the expedition team. I mean, how many were you? I mean, you and Daniel, and how many others?
There are totally 4 climbers.
Okay, 4 of you.
Right, 1 base camp manager, which is Daniel.
Okay.
And there's 1 leader of the team.
Okay, so it's just the 4 of you.
Right, so totally there were 6.
Okay, 6. Okay, but the 4 of you went up.
Right.
Okay,
only
good.
4 went up.
Okay, and where did you get just sponsorship?
That's actually the company, our sponsor, Atunas.
Okay.
They started the whole project, which make things easier for us. They just have a open competition.
Yes.
Call for application.
Okay.
And then we have 2 trial rounds. One is speed climbing of Mount Snow.
Okay.
In Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
Right. So people usually do it in 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And we just did it in 6 hours or so round trip.
Okay.
Right. The second trial is technical climbing in Longdong.
Okay. Good. And let me ask you, Daniel. Daniel, you're the manager of the whole expedition.
Yeah.
I understand there's probably 1,000 or 1,000,000 things that you need to, get ready for before you, embark on such an expedition. Can you tell us that your experience as a manager of such an important expedition, even though there were only the 6 of you, but I'm sure there are many stories and preparations are needed, for the trip. Can you share with us?
Yeah, be a manager in base camp. I think it's not. It's different with the climber. Yes, the climber. Their goal is go up.
Yes, reach the top.
My goal is to stay at a low base camp.
Yes,
and,
of course.
And before the trip.
Yes.
Yeah, in Taiwan, I must to organize all the. I think the most difficult is to organize all the information. Because it's a big project. Of course. Not only the climber, they're also a sponsor and the consultant, and the TV reporter. Something. Many people, many information, many different opinion. So I must all together this information, make some good decision about with the sponsor. Yeah.
Were you the manager on other expeditions before, or was this his first time you were the manager of an expedition team?
Maybe last year in the sixth highest mountain of the world.
Yes.
We have a trip to there, and this maybe is the first time, and this time is the second time.
Second time that you do
because
this.
other mountain is not so big.
Yes.
So they go by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you know, on those other trips, they probably didn't need a manager.
Yeah.
But I understand that since there are so many things that you need to prepare for, you must be able to facilitate and also coordinate among the different groups, like you said, sponsors, media, and getting your team together. Of all these different roles that you need to play, which one was the most challenging role for you?
Most challenge is I think the different opinion of the climber.
Okay.
Because every climber has their a lot of experience about the mountain.
Okay.
So they will have the different opinion
Different
about
views.
how to climb the mountain, and how to prepare the equipment, and how to go with the media. Yes.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for both of you giving us that background and introduction, to your expedition to Mount Everest. And we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back to the Taiwan Outlook, and we're going to continue our conversation with Mr. Jason Huang and Mr. Daniel Lien about their expedition that made history among the Taiwan mountain climbers. I'll be back in 2 minutes.